What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So one of the questions I got earlier and I want to address, and we're going to address this in today's video. We're going to talk about a fourth stimulus check. We're going to talk about the upcoming stimulus package, the infrastructure bill. We're going to talk about the Federal Reserve and who's going to be the chairman of the Federal Reserve. We're going to address the defense bill and give you some daily news as well. So first off, hopefully you guys are having an incredible Saturday, but let's get to the update for today. Here's what I can tell you. The reason why we continue to call this bill the stimulus package, I want to address that because many people keep saying there's no fourth stimulus check in this bill. Why do we keep calling this the stimulus package? Here's the reason why. Many lawmakers have been saying that this is a stimulus package. No, Congress hasn't agreed or is not going to agree and approve a fourth stimulus check, but that doesn't matter. According to lawmakers, they say the economy is recovering and we would actually slow down if we provided a fourth stimulus check. Here's what I want to explain. Right now, many economists say that another stimulus check isn't needed by all, but it could benefit millions of Americans. Here's what we know. One lawmaker said that the stimulus checks aren't needed as they are wasted on people who do not need them, which according to multiple aides, they say that yes, this is the consensus among many lawmakers is that yes, we cannot do a blanket approach, provide a fourth stimulus check to 160 million Americans or 100, whatever it was, right? Billions of dollars. But we can't do that because the blanket approach, it impacts everybody, but yet it only benefits a small portion of people that need the additional relief now. Here's what they say. Many lawmakers have actually come forward and agreed that more relief / stimulus is needed, but they say the stimulus that we're going to pass is child care relief. Child care will act as stimulus because it's going to provide more help for people and they can put that additional money that they're saving back into the economy. It's good news for many lawmakers. They also say the expansion of Medicare will act as stimulus to those who need help with hearing. Not vision, not dental, just hearing. I'm glad they're expanding Medicare, but it could be expanded a little bit more. We also know the $150 billion is considered stimulus because this is going out to people to provide affordable housing. So yes, here's the reason why. Lawmakers are calling this stimulus. That we are going to stimulate the economy, we're going to put money into people's pockets. Yes, that would be the definition of stimulus. So lawmakers continue to say stimulus is coming. However, I just want to be 100% clear, there is no fourth stimulus check. That's not in this bill. So that's one of the reasons why we continue to call this a stimulus package, because there is stimulus according to lawmakers. It's just not a stimulus check. So now that you understand that, let's move on to the next thing. And this is a big decision from President Biden. President Biden yesterday, he was supposed to announce, because he said on Monday that within the next 4 days, he's going to announce who he is appointing as the Federal Reserve Chairman. Will it be Federal Reserve Chairman, the current chairman, Jerome Powell, or could it be somebody else, potentially Lael Brainard? Now, what I can tell you right now is that yes, those are the two main options. There's other options as well. We do not know if President Biden is considering any other options, but the two are the current Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell, or the second one, Lael Brainard. So those are the two. Here's what I can tell you. There's a pro and con between each one. The pro for coming from President Biden, okay, again, this is just from President Biden, not, I can look at this as as an investor standpoint, as somebody that, invests daily in the stock market or real estate or whatever, right? I could look at it in that aspect, but I want to look at this from the eyes of President Biden. So here's what I want to explain. If President Biden chooses Jerome Powell, here's what could happen. If we continue to see inflation tick up, right? We see increased inflation. President Biden can easily say that, well, Jerome Powell was chosen under former President Donald Trump. he is not somebody that I originally appointed. The only reason why I chose him again is because that was what we knew. I didn't want to change things up in the middle of a pandemic. Well, that would be good on President Biden's part, because he's just going to pretty much throw former President Donald Trump under the bus again. So this right here could be seen as a win for President Biden if we do see increased inflation. But here's the problem if he chooses Lael Brainard. What happens is if he chooses her and we see additional inflation, here's the problem, and it's expected we would see additional inflation under Brainard. And the reason for this is because, well, first, she's pretty much outlined what her stance would be, what her idea is, and it would pretty much prolong inflation, which would be great for the stock market, not great for the overall economy. Now, we also know Brainard has changed her stance multiple times in the past, which makes her somewhat flaky, indecisive, and for the Federal Reserve, especially to try to combat inflation, that's not what we want. So that would be one of the downfalls. And the biggest downfall is if President Biden chooses her and we see increased inflation, well, that's on President Biden. He's the one that would have appointed her. So it's kind of going back and forth. The expectation was, again, we were supposed to have the announcement was supposed to be yesterday on Friday. That didn't happen. So the expectation now is, we are anticipating we will hopefully have an answer by Thanksgiving. However, the expectation is it's going to happen the week after. So going to be about 2 weeks behind, but hopefully we'll have an answer soon. So just wanted to fill you in on that, because that could potentially be big. We could see the markets really shift depending on who gets chosen. If Jerome Powell is chosen again, is reappointed, the stock market's probably not going to react too much. If Brainard is chosen, we could actually see the stock market shoot up. So just keep that in mind, all right? But let's get into the next thing. Let's talk about the infrastructure bill. One of the things that I have tried to do is try to explain where lawmakers are coming from, where Speaker Nancy Pelosi is coming from, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, President Biden, everybody in between. What I can tell you right now is the goal within the Senate is to pass the upcoming $1.75 trillion human infrastructure bill. Now, the reason why I say upcoming is because we don't know if this is going to happen now. We don't know if this is going to happen in December. We don't know if this is going to happen sometime in 2022. But the expectation, according to multiple lawmakers, is they want to pass this before Christmas. Here's what I can tell you. The Senate is going to go on recess, I believe, in 3 weeks. I believe they go on recess on December 10th. That's in 3 weeks from yesterday. What we know is that right now, the senators do not want to put a bill on the floor unless they have all 50 Senate Democrats on board. They want that verbal agreement that, yes, they support the bill. There will be no last-minute surprises. The reason for this is because they do not want to get very close to getting the deal done. Then all of a sudden it falls apart because one or two people decide to back out at the last minute or add something new. So, according to Senator Joe Manchin, he says that he has been in touch with President Biden and the White House. The White House and White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, she says that the White House has been answering all of Manchin's questions. They've been addressing his concerns and making sure that he is comfortable with the direction of this bill. So that is good news there. What we know, though, is right now, what Senator Manchin wants is exactly what Senator Manchin is going to get. President Biden has said that he is going to pretty much sign any bill that hits his desk. If it passes the Senate, he is going to sign it. So if it passes the Senate and is changed at all, which is the expectation, it would have to go back to the House. The House would need to pass it again, which as of right now, what Senator aides are saying is that what senators are asking is for the House of Representatives to just rubber stamp whatever bill they send them. So, I addressed this the other day and I said that the House of Representatives and Democrats in the House knew it didn't matter what was in the bill, because if they decided to take a little bit more time, add more provisions into the bill, all it was going to do is delay the bill. So what they decided to do was just pass a bill in the House, forget about the additional provisions they wanted to include, because they knew those would ultimately get pulled out in the end. So that's why we didn't see anything for additional unemployment. Don't see anything for an eviction moratorium extension, right? That's not in there. There's no stimulus check. We didn't see progressives in the House try to push for 12 weeks of paid family leave. It's stuck at 4. And we also didn't see progressives fight to try to get dental and hearing included, or dental and vision included into this bill as well, to go along with hearing in that Medicare provision. So a lot of stuff that's going on right now. We do know that multiple senators have said that they continue to talk to Senator Joe Manchin, and they are saying that right now they're in constant communication with him as legislation progresses. As things start to change, people have different ideas, they're communicating with Senator Joe Manchin, which is odd because Senator Joe Manchin is just a regular senator, not like Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who's the leader of the Democratic Party in the Senate. And again, they are going to Senator Manchin, not Senator Schumer, not Speaker Pelosi, who's also in the House, and not President Biden, who's the leader of all the Democrats. They're not going to those three. They're going to Manchin to figure out what he's comfortable with. So again, all the power is going down to what Senator Joe Manchin wants. What I can tell you, there's going to be changes. There will be multiple changes in the Build Back Better Act. As to what changes, how much it changes, and who it's going to impact, honestly, like I said earlier, I still don't know. But as I do, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. Now here's something else we're hearing today. Today, we are getting reports that other countries are getting increasingly worried that the U.S. Senate won't be able to pass the defense bill before the end of the year. One of the things that one senator said, I think it was John Tester, he said that one of the things you can always count on the Senate to do their job when it comes to passing the defense bill. Some worry that they've waited so long, they might not be able to get this passed before they go on their vacation for Christmas, their recess. Most Republicans say they've been calling for this bill on the floor of the Senate for over a month. Some Democrats argue that the defense bill should have been passed weeks ago, but all of them right now are currently waiting for Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and whether or not he's going to put this on the floor. We're going to see if this happens this week. Chances are it's not, because right now they're going to be on recess, right? But the expectation is as soon as they get back, so on November 29th, as soon as they get back, we should see more movement regarding the government funding, right? The continuing resolution, more movement regarding the defense bill. We need to vote on that. And then the third, the big one, is the debt ceiling increase. Those are big, the three big ones. Now, what I can tell you, what we know, is that Senator Schumer has been waiting for the defense bill as according to other lawmakers, there's other things that were a little more pressing. For instance, the Senate tried to pass a voting rights bill. Didn't happen. Got shot down by the Republicans. The Senate, again, is now tasked with the human infrastructure bill. They got to do the continuing resolution, got to do the debt ceiling increase, and then obviously they still have to deal with the defense bill. And right now, you got 3 weeks. Just give you an idea. According to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, she says that the government has funding. We have the funding. We do not need to raise the debt ceiling until possibly December 15th. That is the current X date. So that's 1, 2, 3.5 weeks from today. What I did tell you guys earlier this week is that it takes between 3 and 4 weeks to do a budget reconciliation for anything right now. So in order to do the debt ceiling increase under a budget reconciliation, which Democrats have one more of, they can still do this. But it takes between 3 and 4 weeks. Some say 4 weeks would be the deadline. You need to at least have 4 weeks, which when they brought this up, that was actually on Wednesday of this past week, which means that was exactly 4 weeks from when December 15th would be. So that's what we know right now. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Have an incredible Sunday tomorrow morning as well. consider subscribing if you want to stay updated on everything that's currently going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.